Before we start, I know there is a massive fan base for Doom. Now, if you're looking for a hardcore fan's thoughts on Doom Eternal, the Ancient Ones, you won't find it here. I am 100% a noob when it comes to Doom, but what I've played so far, I'm loving it. So if you're interested in hearing what a new fan thinks of the series and of the DLC, then stay tuned. But if you're looking for a hardcore fan, then this definitely isn't the video for you. Earlier this year we got a fantastic sequel in Doom Eternal. It improved in every way from Doom in 2016, well that's my opinion at least, and now 7 months after the title's release we've got our first piece of story DLC for Doom Eternal. As this is a DLC and not a full game, I assume you've already played Doom Eternal and I won't be talking about the core mechanics of Doom like the different weapons and enemy variants that are in the core game. So let's get into it. Doom Eternal: The Ancient Gods Part 1 drops you straight into the deep end. After a text overview of previously on Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods gives you no opportunity to remember or get the feel for the controls again. As soon as the level loads and it's time to return as the Doomslayer, you'll have about 2 to 3 standard zombies before Arachnotrons, Hell Knights and even more appear out of thin air to royally fuck you up. Gameplay is as quick and over the top as the last couple of hours of Doom Eternal in the campaign. You'll start off with the same weapons you ended the game with, except for that awesome demonic lightsabery thing. As the DLC drops you straight into the thick of it, the fluid movement of Doom is as quick as a Star Wars fanboy telling you that The Rise of Skywalker was a great movie. You're wrong. The sequel trilogy isn't that great. Accept it. Get out of your mum's basement and get off OnlyFans. The combat is as smooth as the combat we got earlier this year when Doom Eternal originally released. The shotguns are still fantastic, and hell, they'll probably always be fantastic. Each round from, well, any weapon will be brutal, and ID Software's sound design is spot on. Hearing the explosive, overloaded wave from the plasma rifle and seeing a gush of red mist in front of you is something out of Dexter Morgan's wet dream. With the intense combat and enemy management on screen, The Ancient Gods doesn't skip a beat. I've experienced no screen tears or frame rate issues, and the background of nearly every environment has something going on. Now there are 3 levels in The Ancient Gods, starting off with an offshore oil rig with giant waves and explosives, and then even going under the water and there's huge Jason Statham sized sharks. Now there's Blood Marshes, which is the second level that looks like it's ripped out of something like Silent Hill and has exploding plants if you get too close to them. The first level is very combat centric, while the second is more exploration and platforming, and the third is a mixture of the both. There are some new enemy variants and challenges in The Ancient Gods. Besides facing multiple marauders at the same time, and also in confined spaces, there are enemies that didn't appear in the core game. Firstly, we've got stationary turrets that are a little bit like the Tower of Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings. Shooting the eye will destroy the turret. Now if you don't destroy turrets, they will continue to spawn enemies. 2 shots are required to take out the eye, and each time you hit the eye, they'll hide inside the base portion of the turret. The second new enemy variant is the Spirit. The Spirit enemy possesses and over-the-top buffs enemies. Once you've glory killed, or well, just normally killed a demon I guess if you're boring, the Spirit will then look at moving to another enemy and possessing them. Now to take out the Spirit you'll need to use the microwave beam on the plasma rifle, basically turning the Doom guy into a Ghostbuster. Bloodmakers are the last of the new enemy variants that can only be taken down when they're doing heavy attacks and they drop their shields. A shot to their head will instantly take them out, and they'll also drop ammo. What's important, well, very important to note, is that Doom Eternal: The Ancient Gods isn't for everyone. If you enjoyed Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, this DLC is enjoyable, but fuck me is it hard. Now I'm going to be the first to admit, but I played this on the easiest difficulty setting and I struggled big time. Every moment from The Ancient Gods requires a load of concentration, and after the first 30 to 40 minutes of playing this DLC, I felt physically exhausted and my wrists were aching. A mate of mine said it best, that this DLC is made for that 1% of Doom fans that are insane hardcore, play everything on the hardest difficulty, but the other 99% of fans have to suffer for it. Now, I'm by no means an insane hardcore fan. I definitely put myself alongside casual Doom fans, but for people who maybe struggled with Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, this DLC is going to be like going from Animal Crossings to Dark Souls in some instances. The ending and the unraveling story of The Ancient Gods Part 1 is pretty good. The ending does have me excited for how the next DLC will go and what they're going to do with it. The cinematics are as always stunning, and some of the shots and lighting, oof. Now if you're a hardcore Doom fan, then this DLC will be perfect for you. But if you enjoyed Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal but you found Marauders a bit of a struggle, then get ready for some of the most intense first-person shooter combat you've ever played. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to sleep for a week.